Okay, morning everyone. Welcome to the briefing on Thursday the 14th of July. This run of nice weather. Some days nice for gliding, some days not, but run of dry weather. I can't see it ending for, by the looks of it, 2 weeks. High pressure that's sort of constantly out here. The jet stream's a long way away, and it's sort of steadily feeding in very weak fronts that are just changing the air mass every couple of days. And this cold front here went through yesterday morning, but it's not really gone very far. It's just sat over northern France and feeding us in now a little bit more northerly winds with a tad more bite to them. Nice air mass. There's sort of odd bits of cloud and rain just drifting across the north of England and across Scotland. You can see on these trough lines here. But over the task area, I think you're going to use, it's not really going to affect you. To be honest, still bits of upper cloud floating about in here, cirrus, and that might be an issue you'll just see in a minute. So what do the TAF say? Well, Farnborough is saying Cav okay. Round here, we may well see cumulus, hopefully see cumulus here, but it might be above 5,000 feet. The rest of the forecast really looking at Gatwick, Heathrow and Luton to give us an idea of what's actually going on there, giving few at 4.5 at Gatwick, Heathrow scattered at 4.5, and Luton few at 4.5, so suggesting cumulus most of the day. I think perhaps a little bit blue around here, looking at both the ascents and sky sight and top meteo. Upper winds, well, the lower winds actually are just northwesterly, more variable up towards the centre of the high, but round us northwesterly, 358 knots. Slightly more than yesterday, so northwesterly at Lasham, and the upper winds 320, 330, about the same as yesterday, but just with a little bit more strength to it. Yesterday it was about 5 to 10 knots. Now it's forecasting 15. The sat picks, couple of interesting things. So these ones, bits across the north of England, are where the sort of more cloud and spits and spots of rain are sat. That's tracking across the country. It's not coming down this way particularly. But what we've got, and it picks up better on the infrared, is some bands of cirrus. There's one here that appears to be tracking across the Midlands at the moment, so something to watch out for. Might damp the conditions down a little bit. Just very thin upper cloud, but over us looks quite clear out the window, looks quite clear on the sat pic, and that means the temperatures are building quite nicely. It got down a few degrees cooler last night than the night before, so slowly building, and I think 26 degrees around us today, 26, 27. But it will feel a little bit cooler with that northwesterly breeze. Hotter in London. Humidity about the same as yesterday. Levels there, and the dew points, they are lower than yesterday. So currently dew points around 9 degrees, some places 10, a bit further north. But I think actually down around us, it might go down to about 7 degrees, maybe a little bit more, 8 degrees, 9 degrees up in the Midlands, hence why it looks like you're going to get more cumulus the further north you go. With the lower dew points around us, it might be a little bit more blue. And that looks like the case in the soundings. This is over us this afternoon. If you've got 25, 26 degrees, dew points down at about sort of 7s. Cloud base, 1,800 meters, somewhere around 5.5 to 6,000 feet potentially. With those sort of numbers, dew points any lower than about 7, and I think you going to be blue. You're going to find there's very little cumulus. Looking further north, similar sort of picture. These two lines a little bit closer together. Dew points when they're fractionally higher. Again, cloud base should be above sea level, 6,000 feet. A little bit more cloud depth. Top's about 7 by the looks of it. And the actual sounding, well, that gives you an idea of what sort of temperature you've got to get to break the inversion down here, somewhere approaching 20 degrees, which I think we're heading that way, certainly by 10 o'clock. The dew point from this sounding is down at around 8. So you join the lines up and with the maximum temperature, yeah, it's going to be up around 1600 meters, maybe 1800 meters around here. So fairly high cloud-based day, folks, if the sort of numbers work out. Top Meteo, well, they're suggesting starting off cumulus early-ish across the Cotswolds and out towards the Midlands, blue over us. And it shows it as you run through the day, blue around us for most of the day, bits of cumulus coming down here later in the day. It's always a challenge with the models. I think we're going to see a bit more cumulus around this area than that. But they seem to be going with the similar sort of numbers for cloud base, certainly by 1 o'clock, 15, 16, 1700 meters in our area. Perhaps a little bit less further north, and then play it round to about 2 o'clock. And you've got 18, 19, 2000 meters in the Lasham area further north, Cambridgeshire area, 16, 17, 1800 meters. So, you know, quite high cloud-based day, folks. And it should go on. Be quite a long day. Certainly gone well past 6 o'clock, I would have thought. It'll still be soarable. So yeah, good day. Cumulus in various places. Amounts will depend really on the dew points. And a quick look at SkySight confirms a similar sort of picture. They're saying blue down over us. This is cloud base. Further north, you know, the Oxfordshire area, that sort of red. So it's sort of up, oranges up around the 1800, 2000 meter mark. And then again, it's showing, just like Top Meteo, cumulus developing here much more widely later on at 2000 meters, so 6,000 feet plus. Potential flight distances, certainly for both SkySight and Top Meteo, anywhere north, northwest, northeast, but not too far northeast. I think you're going to get issues with that sort of mid-level cloud that's spitting some rain out, that's going across sort of Yorkshire, Lincolnshire area just at the moment. It might affect the conditions that way, but quite a big sort of task area in and around here. Okay, so it'll be a good day, folks. Slightly challenging on the airspace front, depending on where you're going. And the NOTAM show locally to us, number 28 here, we've actually NOTAM Lasham as activity, busy day. And number 27 is Farnborough, which I'll cover in a minute. Number 26, they've activated the danger area at Boscombe Down. It's effectively activating the ATZ as a danger area, but it's only till 10 o'clock. And number 25 is the high intensity radio transmissions. The important one is the parachuting at Netheravon outside their normal hours, but it's within the danger area, so I don't think that's going to be an issue for anybody. 17, 31, 36, they're all, that's paragliding and a non-overfly of an event by military aircraft. Then you've got RIAT, which I'll cover in a minute with the the particular AIC. 42, 43, just irrelevant no times really. But number 45, there is a fly past at Santa Pod, north of Bedford. It gives quite a wide timing from about sort of 12:45 to 3:45 in the afternoon. But apart from that, it's fairly clear, really, nothing else of any relevance. So the AICs that cover both Farnborough and Riat. So there's the Farnborough airspace. And we do have maps that are going to go in the gliders, folks, in the club fleet. Essentially, it follows the standard Farnborough airspace lines, but with this extra circle around here. If you are heading north, just be aware you've got to stay west of Hook, west of the junction that's down here, and that's active all day. Don't be surprised if you're flying locally that the odd display might appear outside the airspace. It has done over the last couple of days. They're doing validations this week, and then it's the air show proper next week. Okay. There's Riat. Unfortunately, a large chunk of airspace. We've never ever been able to get to the bottom of why they need so much airspace during a day. At the weekends, yes, on the busy days, they do use quite a big chunk of it, but certainly not all of it. So if you're going northwest, just Grove Airfield, up past Abingdon, as long as you say east of those, you'll be fine. And that's activated all day till 8 o'clock tonight. So that's really about it, folks. We're set up on 27. The grid's already decided which way we're going, but it's pretty obvious with the wind strength and direction. There's no jet movements that I know of. We'll just have a normal runway operation, and I'll see you out there.